Ready, Mark, get ready, set, go.
Start.
Kelly's here.
Wow!
Zelly's here.
Perfect!
Gaming.
That's amazing!
I'm just gonna look at the map quick while you're getting stuff set up over there. We have this one side story up here, and then we have Whitholm Castle.
So what do we have? Rats. Feisty mamacita.
Hello, welcome everyone to another episode of Triangle Strategy with your hosts, Kelly and Zelly. We last left off by defeating one of the lords, which is unfortunate for us. They totally set us up.
They did. Man, Aesfrost soldiers also met us at, what's that place called again? Where'd it go? Oh, that's right, it was burnt. It's right here. But essentially they marched on the same time we did just to take over the village, and he burnt and destroyed everything. People escaped. We didn't really have a victory. Now we're kind of sad and moping back at Wolfort while we look at the other stories for the other characters right now. So, right now for Whitholm Castle. His family dead and his kingdom fallen, Rolland finds himself alone in a solitary jail cell in the dungeons of the castle he once called home.
Twinsgate, the mighty fortress that stands at the border of Aesfrost. Something is afoot in the heart of the duchy, but what?
Alright, I'm gonna do that one first just because nothing usually... This is just like side information, which is nice.
The recent days have seen rising lawlessness near the border. Doubtless the consequence of the instability in Glenbrook.
Indeed.
Lord Svarog, forgive me. I forget myself, my lord.
I think this is Dragon's dad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh. That one makes sense. Okay. I dig it.
It's too late for that. Out with it.
My lord, the bulk of our forces are occupied abroad, leaving only scant numbers at home. The longer this campaign continues, the more fraught the situation within our borders becomes.
Your concern is duly noted, Sicris. Rest assured that the Archduke is not ignorant to such issues. And besides, strength of arms is not the only means by which order is maintained. The time has come to gird our nation with fire and steel.
Fire and steel, my lord?
Yes, we shall fulfill our duty at last.
Ooh, ominous. What are we gonna do? Alright, and I think... Yep. Alright, that's it.
To Rolland and his solitary we go.
That's right. He met Cecilia, which is nice.
Cordelia, what's wrong?
Brother,
Calm yourself. Take a deep breath. Now, tell me what happened.
I heard them talking. I wasn't supposed to, but I heard them. Falkes and... Oh, Rolland. The Archduke. He means to order your execution.
I knew it. I knew it. They weren't gonna keep Rolland alive for long.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, this was... Well, that's terrible. Okay. This got really bad, so we're gonna have to find a way to break out or to stop this from even happening. Father? That you?
Grave news, my lord. Prince Rolland is to be beheaded at the Archduke's decree.
What? On what grounds?
For inciting unrest by ordering the invasion of the Falkes Domain.
The gall of that man!
Furthermore, House Wolfort has been invited to attend the execution. Our presence is mandatory.
Wow. First they force Rolland to sign off on the attack, and now they're gonna kill him? Mm-hmm. Wow. Do they have the balls or what, Zelly?
Yeah, they absolutely do.
Oh my gosh.
If you write it in paper, though, it's just like a contract. It's as good as done.
Oh my gosh.
So they're really holding him over.
Ah, of course it is. That sneak.
Do you mean to go?
We dare not disobey the summons. The consequences would almost certainly be dire.
Are we just dogs to answer his beck and call?
My lady. Please, I understand. But we have no choice.
I know this, and I apologize. It's just that there are things we must protect. Things I must protect, lest we lose what makes us human.
Fin in Flames completed. Wow, okay, that was sudden. Whew. Oh, okay, sure. Sit now, we save. So is this part 3, or is it you think it's chapter 8? Oh, never mind.
News of Prince Rolland's coming execution is carried far and wide. In the blink of an eye, the kingdom of Glenbrook is no more. The realm reels from the tragic turn of events. Prince Rolland's death marks an uncertain change in the flow of history. A change which none in the Old Kingdom have the power to reverse. However, the eruption of conflict in the region does not go unnoticed by its neighbors. In the holy state of Hyzante, opportunistic hearts stir.
Chapter 8, Part 1. Weather the Storm. Alright. Looks like a two-parter for this chapter as well.
My dearest friend has been sentenced to die, and there is naught I can do. What use is a lord's position if he can't even save those closest to him?
Serenoa, you mustn't.
Is it true? Another ravenous dog is stirring?
It is. We face none other than Minister Sorsley End, one of the Saintly Seven. It seems he means to take our domain for his own.
House End? Their position in Hyzante has been in decline for some time.
Doubtless, Sorsley means to use the Walford domain to bolster his flagging influence.
My lord, our soldiers have had scarce little time to rest since our last battle. I fear for their morale if they were forced to take the field against Hyzante.
Is there naught we can do?
We have sent requests for aid to House End more than once, my lord. However, our pleas have always fallen on deaf ears. Doubtless Sorsley has been biding his time to strike.
Then it is too late for words. There must be something we can do to avoid straining our already ragged forces.
There is, my lord. However...
I dread the words that follow however when they come from you.
Let us ask the Archduke for assistance.
What?
Are you mad, Benedict?
We must needs focus on the matter in front of us. If we weather this storm, we may see that it has unearthed unseen opportunities.
So the Archduke has been taking advantage of us. So if we ask him for a favor in return, we might be seen as more allies than enemies.
Right.
And we could slowly start gaining his trust.
Supposedly.
If we do it that way.
Yeah, because right now we don't really have a choice.
No, we don't.
And Benedict brings up a good point, though. Let's see where it takes us.
However, if we let Sorsley's advance continue unabated, I'm afraid retreat may be our only option.
You are right, as usual. Very well. Ready a bird.
Or he could be the typical kind of timer that just uses and then just is done when they're done.
I used my pawns, now they're useless. Whack!
Right. Let's see what happens over here at the Citadel of the Zant.
Sorceley of the Saintly Seven marches on Wolfort and waits for his moment to strike. Alright, let's see what he's up to.
Talking to this guy named Booker for a while.
I'm like, doesn't Booker have a name besides Booker?
Your Excellency, our troops have boarded and are awaiting your orders.
Good. Stand by until I give the order to depart. We make for the Wolfort Domain. Upon the foundations of their keep, we shall build the glory of House End. Tell the troops, they shall be well rewarded for their feats of bravery this day.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Did you see the windows?
Yeah, the windows were so glitchy. I'm just like, what the heck?
I thought it was just me.
No.
Alright.
Ooh, there's
Kind of expected that.
two main story things going on. So we get to see
more?
what happens at Castle Wolfort and Whitholm Castle. The Archduke responds to Wolfort's request for reinforcements. So what does his say? Frederica and Gila discuss Gustav's true motives for invading.
Okay, so let's go to this one first and see how
Yeah.
he responds. I'm assuming there's going to be a catch as always.
I see House End has raised their banners. I can practically smell their greed from here. Doubtless that slug Sorceley is licking his lips even now.
I did not think House Wolfort would deign to request aid.
They surprise even me. Has the young wolf learned to swallow his pride?
What should we do, Your Grace?
We cannot very well be seen to ignore those under our protection. Go.
And what of Prince Rolland?
That shall have to wait. We may have use for him yet.
The mighty Avalora might come to our...
He'll actually come to our aid, it makes it sound like. So he's willing to play with us.
Recent events have not quelled your desire for knowledge, I see. You make your teacher very happy, Frederica.
It is progress that I can see. I enjoy the growth that comes with learning.
And you should be proud.
Sheila, why do you think my brother attacked Glenbrook?
War is a means to an end, always. The question is, what end does he hope to arrive at?
But what could he hope to gain by razing the castle? I can see no point to his cruelty.
There is always a point, Frederica. As for whether others agree with that reasoning, well, oftentimes that doesn't matter.
How dreadful. Why must it come to arms? Why can't we settle our differences with words?
So long as men covet, there will be war. That fact is immutable.
Then war will continue forever, so long as men exist. Isn't that what you're saying?
Indeed. History has attested to that fact time and again.
What could there possibly be in this world worth risking life and limb for? I cannot fathom the answer.
And 'tis not a question you should trouble yourself with answering, Frederica.
You know, something just dawned on me. Oh.
And so did the two forces converge on the Wolfort Domain, now the linchpin of the Norzellian continent. From the west, General of Laura leads the might of the Grand Duchy of Aesfrost. From the east, Sorsley End of the Saintly Seven commands an army from the holy state of Hyzante. From within the heart of this maelstrom, one man strives to find the path that will see the house he serves safely through the storm. Benedict Pascal, steward of House Wolford, wise in war and peace alike, contemplates what to do next.
Yeah. Oh, skills of conviction.
So you could definitely tell that this is probably going to be definitely all about Benedict.
Yeah, I think so.
He's trying to avoid war and like try to go about this smart without dying himself and putting his own house at risk.
Right, so it looks like Gustadolf appears before the Captain of Rolland and makes a startling request. Let's check it out.
Release his fetters.
Yes, Your Grace.
You look well, my prince.
What are you doing here?
I bring good tidings. Your execution has been stayed. And I have a request to make of you.
What? What have you not already taken from me?
The good tidings did not end with a lease on life, my prince. I mean to marry your sister.
What?
However, I fear that without your assistance, she may not be entirely amenable to the arrangement.
Has your ambition driven you mad? I'll hang before I see you wed.
I had feared you might say that. In the days ahead, do remember that at first I attempted a diplomatic approach.
You bastard!
Wow, okay. You know, something that just dawned on me too, actually, is the reason why Gustadolf, I think, is attacked Glenbrook to the castle. There's probably some part of the story where we go up here to Aesfrost where there might be some type of trouble that actually prevents them from living a peaceful life for whatever reason. So he's forced to make a move to go to somewhere else.
Well, even when we saw that merchant's side story, like, he's like, what happened to all the friendly, smiling people? And I'm just like, do people live poorly up in Aesfrost? Because that's what I got out of when we watched the merchant's side story with Lionel.
That's true, too. House Wolford discusses their next move amidst this ever-changing surroundings. Skill convictions, let's do it!
Anna, a report on our current situation, if you will.
Yes, sir. Both Aesfrost and Hyzante have mustered armies and are drawing upon Castle Wolfort as we speak. Given the sudden military action, Prince Rolland's execution has been stayed.
Thank you, Anna. We have much to consider.
Indeed. Our situation may be grim, but there is opportunity in chaos. However, we have scarce little time to find it.
What are you thinking, Benedict? Are we to seriously consider fighting under Aesfrost's banners?
The time that House Wolford could stand alone ended with the Salt Iron War. There is no future for us if we do not cast our lot with a greater nation. However, we at least have the freedom of choice.
Choice? What choice do we have?
I see. You had an ulterior motive to requesting aid from Aesfrost.
Just so, we could offer Hyzante a glorious victory.
The Archduke's army would be caught off guard. Are you certain Hyzante would offer us asylum?
Most certainly. House End would be eager to bolster their flagging reputation by defeating Aesfrost in the field. Doubtless, both nations view us as prey on its last legs. They forget that a cornered wolf is the most dangerous.
That means we must consider allying with Aesfrost as well.
If that is what we decide, then so be it, so long as we decide. Aesfrost did not ignite the fires of war lightly. They prepared for 30 years. Even so, they would only have acted if they had confidence in their chances at victory.
Do you believe Aesfrost's ambition could swallow even Hyzante?
That ain't the point. After what those bastards did, I can't well say I savor the thought of fighting under them. Couldn't look at myself in the mirror, in fact.
Nothing would be more shameful than failing our duty to our house.
So we have to decide then. Aesfrost or Hyzante?
Neither force has the upper hand. Our choice will surely guide the tide of battle.
Very well. Then let us consult the scales.
Oh, man. Huh. Decide between Hyzante and
Aesfrost.
Will we fight beside Aesfrost or Hyzante? I will ask the others what they think.
What do you think, Zelly? At one point, we've continuously asked Hyzante for aid, and they haven't come to us at all. On the other hand, we know Aesfrost has killed the king. They're about to kill Rolland. I'm just like... But again, we don't know their backstory of, like, what is the reasoning behind their doing this? Like, what did they find in those mines a couple of chapters ago? Like, why are they doing this? Why?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm curious if we would become allies with Aesfrost, if maybe we could find the reasoning behind why they're doing all this.
So right now, before we do that, we have two that aren't decided. So it's Benedict and Gila. We have Anna and Huguette, who are accept Aesfrost and fight Sorceley. Federica and Eridor that conspire with Sorceley to fight Aesfrost. And we have these guards. I'm so glad Prince Rolland's execution has been stayed. Still, I cannot help but wonder how he fares in the enemy's hands.
The scales may have decided our path, but that does not change the fact that I handed my own friend over to our invaders. I haven't the right to fret over him. Aesfrost needs Prince Rolland alive if they are to control Glenbrook. No harm will come to him so long as he is useful to them. I wish we could help him, but we turned him over to protect our domain. We must keep pushing. Oh, this is getting tough.
I feel like the second one would probably be best.
Yeah, probably.
Strengthened! You are right, my lord, but we all know how His Highness can be sometimes. Indeed, he isn't the type to merely accept his fate as a puppet, let alone one of Gustav's. I wish he would be more careful. What does Aesfrost hope to gain by invading Glenbrook in the first place? I wish I knew. If we did, we might be able to figure out how to counter the Archduke.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know the Archduke and Aesfrost's backstory. First Aesfrost and now Hyzante. Just what do they want with House Wolfhart? I thought we were all allies. Norzelia was meant to know true peace. We even held a celebration for our new mining venture. Don't they have any shame?
We will not yield our domain to anyone. This land is ours, and it will remain that way so long as we stand. The other great powers of this realm view us as a vulnerable prey, but we will make them see the error of their ways. Our domain occupies a very strategic position between the other nations. It is only natural for them to want it, but we will use those selfish desires against them. That one.
Yeah.
Strengthened!
I see. If the two nations clashed here, then we can be the ones who decide who emerges victorious. If we use our knowledge of the land, we can hit them where it hurts most. You never cease to amaze, my lord. This strategy could turn us from the hunted to the hunters.
Our house must stand together. Now more than ever. I am counting on you. Alright.
I think I see some shinies if we want to get those
I
first.
was just about to say that. Was it over here? Supply situation reports and notes.
Was there some shinies on the other side? I thought I saw one over there.
I don't see one.
Okay.
Okay, so the biggest question right now, which one do you think we should go for? Hyzante or... Wait, this is when we're done.
Hyzante or Aesfrost?
Mm-hmm. I think we should aid Aesfrost for whatever reason. I
do too. Like, I feel like if we aid them, we can figure out their meaning, and they'll slowly begin to. We'll gain their trust by being on their side, so we can figure out what's going on behind the scenes. Because like I said, we don't know their backstory as to why they're doing this.
Right, exactly. All right, it's decided then. We'll try to get Anna, Hyzante, Benedict, and Gala to side with Federica and Aaron.
Our relations with Aesfrost are currently stable. I wonder if the benefits of allying with Hyzante are worth destroying that. It seems you and I are not of the same mind, Lord Serenoa. Might I ask your reasons? After we handed over Rolland, I noticed a change in Aesfrost, and not a good one. Things will only get worse from here on out. I believe Hyzante's attack the perfect opportunity to release us from this impasse we have reached.
Oh, I can't go back. Okay.
I would say number 2.
Yeah, I agree.
In that case,
no matter how great a nation Hyzante may be, it would not avail them to leave Aesfrost and Glenbrook unattended. Parleying with them now may be our best chance to enter a mutual beneficial alliance. Though a single mistake could land us in the Holy State's servitude instead. Anna is deep in thought.
I don't think she's gonna change. So I have a feeling. So.
No, don't do that.
No, I wanted to go to War Chronicle and read maybe some of the notes to see if this would give us some more insight.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna quickly go over these just to read in my own time. And we'll go back through this again, but I wonder if this will give us more ways to argue points with people.
Oh, so you're saying even if we just don't read them, it will say like, oh, this is what...
Yep. Is my way of thinking, at least. Information.
Information about weapons and stuff. Sorcerer's responsibilities.
Okay, maybe not.
Because this is just information I gathered. I didn't think it meant anything if we read it or not on our own time.
Yeah. Path traveled. Okay. No, I guess not.
No, we need to talk to Hugh.
I can't go out, right?
No, you can't. I don't think you can. Can you? Leave everything to us, Lord Serenoa. We will protect our home with our very lives, no matter who dares march against us.
Okay, I guess we can't leave. Alright, so let's go talk to Hyzante, which I think is right here.
Yep.
Lord Serenoa.
I agree with Eredor. I don't want to be allies with Aesfrost. But siding with Hyzante now is a tantamount to betrayal, and who would dare trust such disloyal warriors after all? I wonder if the others would agree. I see. Pray tell, my lord, what makes you so sure we should ally with Hyzante?
Oh, okay, got this one unlocked. So the Holy State has something greater than military might on its side, something not even Aesfrost could contend with. Rolland and Gustav now may result in the duchy swallowing us whole in the near future. Rolland will forever remain the duchy's prisoner. Should we stay on their side? I feel like maybe this one, because she's really close to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good point.
You haven't given up on Prince Rolland, have you?
I am sorry, Hyzante. We are all bound by the tipping of the scales. But things have changed, as both friend and vassal. I want to save Rolland. I must.
Thank you, Lord Serenoa. With Hyzante at our backs, we may even be able to negotiate Prince Rolland's release. Lord Serenoa, is there anything else I should consider? Perhaps it would help me gain more insight into where my token should land.
Okay.
The duchy's growing power is a threat to the Holy State. Now is the only time we can ask for their aid. Do you think we can trust Archduke Gustav? I cannot imagine what would become of us should we stand by Aesfrost and lose the battle.
Go with that one.
That.
The duchy values might above all. If they saw that we would avail them nothing, they would not hesitate to dispose of us and Prince Rolland. Regardless, Lord Serenoa, should you be worrying about losing before the battle has even begun? Finding the best path forward will be difficult with all those thoughts clouding your mind.
Okay, I think that one went pretty well. We actually had 2 conversation points for that one.
Yeah, at least it didn't say that they were indecisive like they did last time we tried to get people to our...
I think...
Yeah.
My knowledge of both nations has caused me quite the dilemma. While I am concerned about fighting alongside the clansman's holy state, I cannot bring myself to put my faith in the duchy either. What are your thoughts, Lord Serenoa?
Ooh. Yeah, this one, right?
In that case...
So you prefer to fight along Hyzante? May I inquire as to why?
I do not think your situation will improve so long as we bend the knee to Aesfrost. It's the only option I can choose, I guess, so go on that.
I see, I did not think the Archduke's cunning to extend so far.
I think I went the wrong direction, because didn't we agree to side with Aesfrost?
Yeah, you ended up talking with Glee again, Zelly. Why did you do that? Perhaps Frederica's engagement was just a means of putting House Wolford within reach. Is there anything else on your mind, my lord? We don't know what sort of treatment Rolland is being subject to. I wish to rescue him as soon as possible, at the soonest opportunity. So, to perfectly honest, I find it hard to stomach bringing. I want to say number 2, don't you? Or
gotta rescue him. All right.
We knew there was no guarantee of his safety when we handed him over to Aesfrost. I fear it is too late for us to be saying things like that, Lord Serenoa. Whether we like it or not, Prince Rolland is no longer with us, and so our choices should not hinge on him. Do you not agree? Differ to your plea? Yeah.
Alright.
So, when they're grayed out, that means we can't talk to them anymore, but when they're still highlighted like that,
right,
we can still talk to them again to try to get them to side with us more.
They should just talk to Frederica and Eredor too.
I mean, I don't think it'd make any difference if we talk to them.
Decide.
That's true. Each nation has its strengths and weaknesses. We must carefully consider which would be best service in a battle. I wonder what the others might be thinking.
Alright. So we want the first one, right? We should accept the Duchy's aid and fight swordlessly together, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. What if we get a tie? Because there's just 6. But I'm the final one, so do I have a choice? Do I get to decide the fighting one then?
I don't know.
So you suggest we join forces with Aesfrost? I must admit, I'm curious as to your reasons, my lord. Our forces sustained a heavy blow in the recent battles. It would be unwise for us to take on Aesfrost at this time. Rolland's execution has been stayed, but only for the moment. I would rather not provoke the duchy if we could avoid it. Howison manages matters related to Salt. I doubt that Hyzante charged them with marching against us, and alone, no less. We'll go with that one.
Quite true.
Their expertise certainly lies in coating coin, not swinging swords. Their military might leaves still to be desired. If the Holy State truly wished to invade another nation, they would have sent Minister Exarm instead. In which case, allying with Hyzante would avail us nothing should their actions not be sanctioned by Hyzante.
Certainly not.
If you don't mind continuing, I would like to hear more about your reasoning. It may be a good opportunity for you to examine your own thoughts.
Aesfrost would not have sent General Elvala to our aid were they not fighting in earnest, but what of Hyzante? Right now we haven't the leisure of uncovering Hyzante's true motives. We must take the surest path before us if our house is to survive. Might is right in Aesfrost. If we defeat Hyzante in battle, we may win the duchy's favor and find a way to best them in turn. I like the third option.
I do too.
Certainly
it was unlockable
not.
too. Indeed. Displaying our power to Aesfrost is one of the paths before us. But I must warn you that the Archduke is not a man so easily bested. You mean to say that Gustav could crush those who are now used to him, as well as those who pose even the slightest threat? Just so, there's a reason he stands at the pinnacle of a nation where only the strong thrive.
And?
He is a man obsessed with victory and naught else. That being said, it raises the question of whether or not we would want to be vassals of such a nation. No. So do you think I should just start it, or do you think I should try Eridor and Frederica?
Why'd you talk to them and see?
What do you think?
Okay. Our backs may be up against the wall, but I still won't join forces with those Aesfrosty bastards. They took Prince Rolland from us, and destroyed House Falkes. I won't see him sullying House Wolfort's good name any longer. You want us to ally with Aesfrost? Are you out of your mind?
We don't know what Hyzante is after, and Aesfrost still holds Rolland prisoner. I would stay our course and see where it leads for now. The duchy has control of Glenbrook. It would be unwise for us to cut off our ties with them so rashly. Aesfrost values strength above all else. If we show them what we are capable of, our situation is likely to improve.
The third one is unlockable and it makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I like the third one too.
Yeah, the other ones won't persuade him. A good point, lad. We can't let our skills do the talking. Oh no, we can let our skills do the talking. And the more they talk, the better our position will become. I think Aesfrost's way of doing things suits me a whole lot better than the Saintly Seven and their Hierophant. Wow, okay.
Now we can talk to Frederica. This will be interesting to see which way it turns.
Hey.
Serenoa.
Hey, girl.
Gustav was the one who started this war. Hyzante may have its own motivations for marching against us, but I cannot see us allying with Aesfrost.
Let me persuade you.
Why do you believe it better we join forces with Aesfrost and not Hyzante?
Ooh. The kingdom's commerce is controlled by the duchy. We risk isolating ourselves if we turn against them. It is as you said, Hyzante's motivations are unclear, but we needn't ponder anything under Aesfrost's rule.
You pick Zelly. I'm not quite sure which one to choose.
I think this one.
Indeed, there is no telling why House End has come here. Perhaps they wish for justice to feed their ambition, or both. And my Rosalian lineage may be a hindrance if we hope for an alliance with them. But to tell the truth, Aesfrost's motives are just as much as mysterious to me, even if it was my home.
I find myself at a loss, Federica. Would you mind speaking to me a moment more?
Of course not. I would know what is on your mind, Serenoa.
I have my doubts that Hyzante will truly fight at our side. Do you think Hyzante is worthy of our trust given the saintly 7 we've met so far? Rolland will live so long as we are useful to Aesfrost, and so long as he lives, there will be a chance for us to save him.
I like the third one.
I agree.
Surely.
So we must be useful to the duchy if we are to help Prince Rolland? Gustav is certainly not the type to dispose of a useful pawn. It is time someone uses such callousness against him. Has been moved by your words. Yay!
All right.
7 water over.
What if we get a tie? Do I get to choose where we go then? Is it that good?
You know, Zelly, maybe what you should have done was we should have saved before we made the decision. So if it went away, we didn't want it to go, we could try persuading them again.
Oops, too late.
We'll see what we get this round, I guess.
Do with Hyzante or Aesfrost?
Voting!
It is time to cast our votes. Do we join forces with the army of Aesfrost, or do we choose to side with Hyzante? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
On this, I cannot be swayed.
I wholeheartedly agree.
You aren't wrong, but...
You have my vote.
Oh. We might actually get a tie at this rate.
I have faith in you.
Wow, I'm able to convince a lot of people now. Okay.
Just can't see it your way.
Oh.
I think we got majority though.
Oh, because we had
Scales of
Rolland last
conviction
time.
will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Oh, is it tied? We probably went to one side, right? Okay.
We're gonna conspire with Sorcery, okay.
All hail Hyzante. Excited for it and fight Sorcery.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Wow. I couldn't... So the two undecided, I messed up and I swapped Eredor and I swapped... No. I swapped... Wait, who?
The way forward is decided. We ally with the holy state of Hyzante and decimate the Aesfrosti forces.
This is not going at all the way we want it to go.
Hoorah!
The road forward is decided. We fight for Hyzante and crush Aesfrost's forces.
I shall send word to Minister Sorcery at once to arrange a parley and discuss strategy.
I'll send word to the guards to shut the gates and tighten their patrols.
Thank you. Then let us attend to our duties.
I pray Minister Sorcery will hear us out.
From distant parapets, even the greatest armies appear benign. Let us hope Sorcery becomes more amenable to an alliance with the full reckoning of Aesfrost's power.
Regardless, I sense a hard fight on the horizon.
Uh-oh. Yay! We're going the opposite direction we actually wanted to. Weather the storm completed. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that cool? We chose the side. We chose the side. We're being decisive. People like being decisive. Man, skills of conviction is hard to get people to be swayed or not. I assume if we unlock them, they're going to be the easiest ones to choose to sway people, but they're not.
Minister Sorcery, leading the forces of the Holy State of Hyzante, advances into the Wolfort Domain. The once proud house has found themselves shorn of the freedom they held so dear, and trapped between two nations bent on expansion. Their only hope of survival is to cast their lot with one of their would-be adversaries. Serenoa chooses to side with Hyzante, crafting a plot to betray General of Laura and drive the army of Aesfrost from his home. The road ahead is precarious, and a single misstep could spell the end of House Wolffort and all who serve it.
Chapter 8, Part 2. In the Eye of the Storm. In the eye of an eagle, fly away.
So we're to seek reprieve from Hyzante, the same nation under which my mother and her people were branded heretics and endured untold suffering.
I understand your hesitation in fighting by their side, Frederica. But there is no other way. You needn't take the field if you wish.
Nonsense. I am a Wolffort now. I will fight.
As you wish.
Gila, tell us what you know about this Minister Sorceley.
Sorceley is one of the Saintly Seven. He oversees the salt harvest at the source and the Roselle that work there. His authority over Hyzante's salt gives him great influence, but many whisper of his petty and jealous nature behind his back.
So he's got the resources to put up a fight then, eh?
And he has been preparing for this moment. We can expect his forces to be well-provisioned and well-trained.
Do not think he will be easily swayed. The Saintly Seven are not known for heeding the pleas of common men.
Then we shall have to distinguish ourselves from common men.
Surely he will see that he only stands to benefit from joining our forces. It is the only way to guarantee Aesfrost's defeat. The future of House Wolffort will hinge on the hours to come. May we all arrive at the end of them safely.
House Wolffort shall persevere.
My lord, we've received word from General of Laura. She plans to meet the enemy army at the docks. She asked that we meet her there at once to hold a war council.
Then let us not keep her waiting.
Let's not keep her waiting. Don't want to keep a lady waiting, right, Kelly?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So we do. It looks like we have a little bit more here in the sands. Sorceless speaks with the Booker about his true reasons for allying with Wolffort. Real reasons, do say.
And you are certain the other saints harbor no suspicions?
House End is known for its clandestine dealings. They suspect nothing outside of the ordinary.
Good. Do not fail me, Booker. We must open another transportation route now that Glenbrook is close to us. We mustn't let a mere war stem the flow of our goods.
Of course, Your Excellency. Once we have secured the Wolffort Domain, I suspect our work will proceed even faster than before. To say nothing of the accolades you are sure to receive from the Holy One for bringing Wolffort into the fold.
At last, Exham and those sniveling upstarts will know their place. They will see who among the Saintly Seven truly wields the power, as will the Holy One. Only Aesfrost's forces stand in our way. Have the Wolfforts agreed to our plan?
Yes, Your Excellency. When the time is right, they will turn on Aesfrost, and we shall entrap them from both sides.
Good. Good. I wish you glory on the battlefield, Booker. Crush those Aesfrosty dogs under your heel. When they have been well bloodied and bruised, I shall lead the main force to deliver their final punishment. The detractors of House End's military cunning will have to hold their tongues after today.
Okay. Alright, so we're back here to Whiteholm Castle, and it looks like red. I don't see any side stories. Held captive in her own home, Cordelia realizes that even more difficult days lie ahead. We last found out, he plans to wed her.
Oh man.
And Rolland can't do anything, he's just trapped like a dog.
Oh my gosh. Rolland must just feel so powerless.
Man.
I've had enough.
You've had enough? Where are your manners? You are our captive, and it is only by my brother's grace that you aren't eating scraps off the floor.
She should be crying tears of joy for our largesse. Perhaps she still has delusions of royalty. We should disabuse her of such notions. She must learn to finish her meal, even if we must force it down her gullet. Don't flail too much, dear, else this fork might prick something it isn't meant to. Get away!
What is that infernal racket?
She's so cruel, brother. She said she spits on Aesfrost's generosity.
Must you bicker like children? Remind me how old you are, Erica.
Have you finished with your duties, brother? If so, perhaps we could enjoy a meal together.
My duties are endless. In fact, I would have you two oversee our occupation of the capital in my stead.
Can't you have that brute of Laura do it?
General Avlora is afield. House Wolfort has requested our aid, and they deserve some token for handing us the prince. Your options for rescue are fast dwindling, Princess.
They'll be gone at last. It must be tonight.
What is she talking about?
That they're leaving.
Oh. Yes.
The war council with Alvar commences. Benedict later reveals his true thoughts on their strategy. Oh god.
Oh yeah? Do you, Benedict? Do you? Woo! Woo! Alright, let's check it out. What you got here, Benedict? You was old Cuckoo?
Our scouts have sent their report. Hyzante has dispatched a small force bound to our location. They're expected to arrive at nightfall.
We will do battle in the dark, then.
We should map out the perimeter and terrain before they come.
You sound frightened. There is no need. My troops shall make quick work of Sorsley. You will see that giving us Rolland was the wise choice.
I simply think it best to be prepared. There is no room for regrets in battle.
Force. What is that bastard planning?
Likely he intends to strike after we've worn each other thin. Victory will come easily for him then.
Saving the ripest fruit for himself, eh? Seems no matter where we look, some beast is slavering for a bite of our land.
And this is the beast we have chosen to side with. We must move forward lest we look back in doubt.
It appears we'll be facing off against Aesfrost's army in the rain. I should have a look around before the Hyzantean forces arrive.
This is where we started.
This is the harbor dock.
Yeah.
Okay.
There were more people here not too long ago. Trade was thriving back then. But I guess it's to be expected with a war. There's lots of shinies.
Iron.
Door.
Strengthen.
Door.
Wait, what?
Door.
Door? Oh, notes. Marvels of Nozelia, Volume 2 to Notes.
There's a door there. Or can you not go in there? I guess you can.
I can't go in it. The whole world lately is that holy state is something terrifying. They say the word of their goddess is absolute. The goddess speaks through the Hierophant, and anyone who disobeys is punished. I heard some people have even been killed. They say the goddess has always been strict, but it's worse than ever with this Hierophant. So the goddess is teaching her more than just talk? And the Hierophant is to be both respected and feared? Interesting. Hyzante?
It feels like just yesterday the three nations were celebrating a new age of peace, and now we meet on the field of battle. Will Nozelia ever see true peace?
Nope.
I don't think we will. They're just decorative. Is that a ladder?
Ooh, money.
Are those ladders? Nope, just
Can
decoration.
I go in the water?
Nope.
I can't go in the water.
Nope. They're not ladders. Oh! Kitty!
Alright, soldier.
House Voltford soldiers look nervous, but they needn't worry. We've got General Alva on our side, and she's never lost a fight.
Then we shall rely on Aesfrost for their victory, and do our best not to stand in your way. We appreciate you coming to our aid, and we will do all we can to aid you in this fight. The Wolford Domain shares a border with Hyzante. This battle will be a decisive one for our house.
I like number 2.
I like number 1.
Okay. I see you understand your position well, Lord Wolford. I admire that. And
since we are unfamiliar with each other's strategies, I suppose it would be best to act separately.
naturally, I am sure General Alva would agree.
Strengthened.
You needn't follow my commands. Lord Serenoa, I only ask that you stay out of my way. Just remember that Hyzante is your enemy and not us. But if you dare turn your blade against me, know that I would return the favor in full force.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, this house.
Ooh, shiny.
Ooh, a lighting amulet.
You know, Zelly, I'm curious in the fight if we're allowed to attack the Hyzante forces even though we agreed to join them. Wouldn't that be weird?
That would be very weird.
Would it give us the option of...
But it'd be funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
This reminds me of the Sultan War. Back then, Hyzante had a famed archer in their ranks. His dignified figure was the envy of all.
Those goodish figures, those muscles, that appetite. To think we'd be fighting with the Black Irons who invaded our kingdom. Try as I might, these nerves just won't settle down.
It was not so long ago that General Alvar marched on Whitholm Castle. I doubt I will ever forget the way she so callously struck down Prince Freddy.
General Avlora is indeed a fearsome warrior. Ellen with Hyzante gives us the chance we need to strike her down. She was indeed the one who struck the fatal blow, but Gassadolf was the one who gave the order. Neither will I. She spilled the blood of the royal family. As a retainer to the crown, I must avenge him. What do you think?
I like number 2. I don't know. Pick Zelly. You're playing.
I like 2 as well. Strengthened!
Yes, I suppose my brother is the more terrifying of the two. I had always known him to be cold, and yet...
I do not mean to place the blame upon him. These are merely the realities of war, unfortunately. If the need arose, I would order my vassals to strike down those who stood against us. That is the responsibility of a commander.
I can see that you have steeled yourself for what lies ahead, as must I. As your bride-to-be, Serenoa, I must be able to face the realities of war like the rest of House Wolford.
Dang right.
It appears Minister Sorcerer embarked in hopes of distinguishing himself through battle. One can only wonder how Hyzante and the Hierophant view his actions.
I have no doubt Minister Sorcerer plans to make use of us, but we will use him in equal measure. Defeating Aesfrost will bring us closer to the heart of Hyzante. Taking the field beside Minister Sorcerer is merely a step in that direction. Man, if we didn't have Benedict, we'd be so toast. Just saying.
Was there anyone else on the dock that we didn't talk to yet?
Keela.
House N specializes in managing salt, not soldiers. Their might on the battlefield pales in comparison to the House Macallo and House Front, but I'm sure we can still put them to good use.
Ooh, I think I saw a shiny. Ah, so Aesfrost and Hyzante face off again. It's the stuff of nightmares, I tell you. I just pray this doesn't turn out to be the second coming of the Salt Iron War.
As you predicted, it looks like Hyzantean army will strike at night. We'll try to strike at night.
Alright.
Examine
Leather.
I
Alright.
think we're done exploring otherwise.
Anything hidden over here? No. Alright, I think you're good too. I think we're good. Oh.
Oh, we can walk on the water?
Yeah, apparently. Anything in the water?
Ooh, examine.
Ooh! I would have missed 1,000 if I would have just done what you said. That's trade. Whoa, oh, okay.
Is there money on the other side?
I don't know. I'm the lord of the house. Let me just run through the water real quick before we do battle.
You turn the camera so we can see the other side.
Oh! Wait. Do my eyes deceive me? Was there a blink over there?
I didn't see one. It might be just a trick of the rain though, too.
Oh, true. Aw, man. I wonder if there's a way to get over there. Trick, maybe. I guess not. Okay, I think we're done here. I am ready, and Hyzante's forces should be arriving here shortly. Oh, as you see, the red and green are about to fight each other, and the blue has sided with green. Alright, awesome. Well, hey, guess what? We're about to fight then? Well, we'll do it next time. So thank you guys so much for coming and showing up and watching this. We do appreciate it. I'm Zelly from Kelly&Zelly.
And I'm Kelly.
And we'll see you next time where we take on Avlora's forces. And I know she's going to be ticked off. So let's see how Aesfrost takes it when we side with Hyzante. See you guys next time. Like, follow, subscribe. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Subscribers, my stocking's filled with acid. Am I dreaming? What just happened?